In ancient times full of magic, there was a kingdom inhabited by various fantastic creatures. In that kingdom, there lived a boy named Aiden, who lived a simple life as a forest guard. The forest is filled with mystery and magic, and Aiden has a special connection to nature. He often talked to forest animals and understood their language. One day, Aiden met the legendary golden dragon known as Drucker. The dragon tells Aiden about the existence of the magic sword, a weapon believed to have the power to restore balance to the world. Aiden and Drucker decide to travel across dangerous lands to obtain the magic sword weapon. Aiden and Drucker begin their epic journey to find the magic sword. They are confronted by evil creatures who want to stop them. Aiden and Drucker managed to defeat the evil creatures who wanted to stop them. After Aiden and Drucker succeeded in defeating the evil creatures, they have now made it to the Valley of the Wind. Then Aiden and Drucker continued their journey by crawling into a dark and scary cave. After exploring a dark and scary cave, Aiden and Drucker finally found the magic sword embedded in a large rock in the middle of a hidden forest. Finally, after a long and dangerous journey, Aiden managed to remove the magic sword from the stone and return to the kingdom with a magic sword that radiated extraordinary power. The people of the kingdom greeted them with red clothes and cheers of joy.
In a world filled with magic and wonder, there exists a kingdom known as Valoria, where the power of the elements is controlled by skilled wizards. In the middle of this kingdom, there is a young man named Lorien. Lorien grew up in this village and has a natural talent for understanding and controlling the wind element. He has bright blue eyes and long blonde hair flowing under his hat. As Lorien grows up, he discovers an ancient artifact that triggers hidden powers within him and changes his life. The artifact is the Zephyr Necklace, which is legendary in Valoria stories. When Lorien put it on, he felt incredible wind power flow through it, and changed his appearance to symbolize his current abilities. Lorien embarks on a journey to understand the origins and limits of his powers. He learned from epic battles against powerful enemies with his earth-shattering wind powers. Lorien finally confronts the evil forces that threaten Valoria. He uses his wind powers to protect his kingdom and the people he loves. With his bravery and wind elemental powers, Lorien became a legend in Valoria. He proved that true power is within a person, and with a good heart, anyone can change the world.
In a world full of mystery and magic, there is a terrifying forbidden forest. Giant towering trees with blackish leaves and the atmosphere of the forbidden forest are always shrouded in thick fog and rustling winds. In the middle of the forest there is an ancient stone door which is said to be a gate to the unseen world. There was a young man named Aiden. He is a brave and curious explorer. He always wants to know what lies behind every unexplored corner. Aiden decided to enter the forbidden forest, which the villagers believed was a place where supernatural creatures resided. With his complete adventure equipment, Aiden stepped into the forbidden forest with a heart full of courage. He walked through the trees that made up winding and seemingly endless alleys. When the sun began to set on the western horizon, Aiden saw something that caught his attention. It was a soft blue light that came from the direction of the ancient stone door in the middle of the forest. Aiden enters a magical world filled with strange creatures and extraordinary views. He met fairies who spoke in sweet voices, dragons guarding treasures, and beautiful gardens made of crystal. Aiden's adventures in this forbidden world become legendary, and he learns a lot about the wonders that exist in this world.
In a world called Avalonia, there is a dimensional forest. This is a forest full of portals to countless parallel world regions. Here, an epic story will develop. A dragon queen who leads the dragon tribe in Avalonia. He has shiny sea blue scaly skin and eyes that radiate wisdom. Her name is Luna. And a brave and curious explorer from the other side of the world. He has thick black hair and piercing blue eyes that are always full of enthusiasm. His name is Finian, who always wears an armored adventurer's coat. As the full moon illuminates the dimensional forest, Luna and Finian meet at the riverbank. Luna is attracted to this explorer from another world, and Finian is fascinated by the Dragon Queen's beauty and wisdom. Together, Luna and Finian open a new portal to another world full of mystery and danger. They go on challenging adventures, face powerful enemies, and pursue their dreams with wonder. On their journey through the portal, they arrived in a world shrouded in thick fog and dark forests. They felt a different atmosphere than before. The dark sky and rumbling thunder created an eerie atmosphere. With the power that Luna and Finian have, they managed to return light to this world. The dark forest became lively again, and the thick fog gradually dissipated. They have saved the world from darkness and restored balance. Thus ends the adventure story of Luna, the Dragon Queen, and Finian, the Dimensional Explorer. They prove that courage, wisdom, and cooperation can overcome danger and darkness, and they will continue to explore parallel worlds.
In the peaceful little town of Willowbrook, as the sun sets in an orange hue and the houses line the streets, a 25-year-old young man was seen, about to get out of his small-town office window. His name was David Turner. As David walked home from work in the town of Willowbrook, it was quiet, dark, and the full moon was shining brightly in the sky. Suddenly David heard a noise nearby. David turns around to see a group of criminals trying to rob a bookstore and runs towards the criminals. Suddenly a mysterious shadow appeared from the darkness. The Shadow Knight, with shiny black armor, a mask covering his face, and a sword in hand, appeared like a shadow. The Shadow Knight nimbly defeated the villains one by one. He is the Shadow Knight, the mysterious and brave protector of this city. David tries to find out more about the Shadow Knight in the town library and finds articles and pictures about the mysterious hero. Because of the Shadow Knight, David seems to be focusing on studying martial arts and increasing his physical strength. He also began observing crime in the city. Eventually David decided to take over the role of protector of the city with shiny black armor, mask covering his face, and sword in hand. Inspirational message. David teaches us that anyone can be better. What is important is determination and a strong intention to do good.